Hey, data engineers, and those of you who have recently subscribed, welcome. We are back with another video in the Clout series building a YouTube data analysis system. So in this video, I'm going to go over some of the odds and ends in pulling together this D3 visualization. Some tips that you might need to know with D3, V4, V5, the latest D3 versions, and some of the considerations that I went in getting this visualization to growthtesttube.com. So on this channel, we are building out a YouTube data analysis system. We're going to go through the data, all of the data engineering, the data science for it. In some videos, including this one, we are in the visualization sphere. So be sure to subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. And we'll continue on with this, building out this website, growthtesttube.com, and going through the latest and greatest and really trying to derive some insight from YouTube videos, see what we can learn. Okay, so let's get back into it. So what I have here is my Yarn website. I've built this. If you're new to the channel, what I've been doing is building this from Vue. This is a Vue and Flask web app, essentially. What you're seeing here is the Vue version of it. I have this running with Yarn. What's nice is I can run Yarn serve. So I killed Yarn. So that's going to die off. And if I start Yarn again, just by running Yarn serve, what I get here is a nice responsive website that I could just tinker with and then see the results. So that's going to come up in just a second. What's nice about that is I can do things over in the console over here in Vue. What's great about Vue.js is that it's all right here. I have my HTML and all of the text that I'm going to put on the page. And then I have the whole D3 visualization here. And then I even have the styling for it down here. That's what's nice about Vue.js. I'm not a big JavaScript person, but it just makes it easy. Okay, so this is just some text I put around. If you're following the last video, you'll know that we have some trending video data that we downloaded from YouTube. We got it from a Git repository that allows you to get trending video data. This trending video data now is kind of old. The video with the most views here is Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. The video with the least views is Warriors win Game 5, NBA on TNT, and then all these videos in between. In the last video, we used an IPython notebook to do some visualization of this to get a grip on this data. We came to the realization that if we turn this into log format, then it would be linear here. And so that's what we did with Bokeh, but I've gone back to put this on the website and converted this to D3.JS. And how I did that was done in a separate video 2 videos ago, but I've updated the code and I wanted to go through some of the gotchas that I saw from D3.JS in making this visualization. Okay, so gotcha 1 is to use the scale log itself. In here, I had D3 scale log, and I was getting things like nans in the console. Using developer tools, I was seeing nans there. Instead of using D3 scale log, I just used math.log on the likes themselves, which returned the log format of of the likes. You see on the ticks aren't in log. That is another trick that I'll go over in just a minute. But what's neat about this is that this is in log format. So if I want to adjust these scales, see this is 5 is the minimum. So you would do math that exponentiate 5 and see that, what is the exponential of 5? The exponential of 5 which is essentially our minimum, is 148. So instead of the minimum being 5, we can make it 6, and you'll watch that this chart should shift over a bit. Okay, so I'm not sure if you actually saw that. Let me just go crazy and make it 10. Okay, now we're sort of getting data points off the chart here. So I think actually making it like 7 is probably safe. And then up here we could do like 15. So in the D3 min and max, in the domain, I'm thinking in the log space. Okay, gotcha. A quick way to do tooltips is just on the SVG. You can append a title. You can append a title to a tooltip here. So it's not the greatest looking tooltip, but I was able to get the title and the views and the likes on there and format them a little bit by creating my own format. I did format thousands, which is just this essentially little function that I got from Stack Overflow. It seems like it does the trick, and wrapped my format here in format thousands for likes and views. You can see that when I hover over here, I get nicely formatted views and likes. I'd like to figure out how to do this better to get a nicer tooltip. I really would like the image, the thumbnail of the YouTube video here, maybe even instead of these data points, but I just haven't figured that out yet. Okay, gotcha. 3 is with the latest D3 versions. What you call when you append the axes is D3 axis bottom or top or left or right. So here I just needed bottom and left, and then you can chain to that methods essentially. Here I did tick format where I can return a function, right? So I had the let me just knock out the formatting here of these. I'm gonna knock out the formatting of these axes just so you could see that what I'm actually getting are the logarithmic the logs until I format those away. Right, so here's my 7, which was the minimum we set up in the domain. And then here's my 12, which is our other minimum. So these are the logs of the video's likes and views. But what we can do is chain tick format and add a function which can return the D3 format of the exponentiated likes and views, right? So take that, this number 8 essentially, which is the log, which people don't really need to think in logs. So we show that to the person who's viewing this in the format that they want to see it. Essentially, how many millions of views and how many millions of likes. And so we exponentiate and then we format. If we didn't format after we exponentiated, then we'd have this whole mess here. Maybe I'll show that to you. So this is what it looks like if you don't go through and format the mess that you get after you exponentiate. You just get all of this garbage down there. But adding this little D3 format, and you can look up the different kinds of formats that you can get, then you make these nice, neat little, hold on. These nice and neat little axes. Okay, so this is a nice chart. I have it nicely formatted. So now that we've built this system, what we can do is once we have this all ready, and because we're using Flask and Amazon, why do I keep saving what I'm going to do is just npm run to build my JavaScript assets. I run npm run build. I'm just going to demonstrate my deployment process here. Okay, so that just took a minute. Now what I can do is git add all of those nice assets that were just built for me. Commit that, push that to the master branch, and then with Elastic Bamboo, I just do eb deploy, and this will deploy the app for me. So you're going to find that at growthtesttube.com. You can check in on that visualization. It should be up really soon. And then in the next videos, we'll get back to more data engineering. We'll replace the data that's on that D3.JS visualization with more real-time data. I'm thinking maybe have a cron job, something that pulls it into this public folder, let's say once a day, maybe a couple times a day, and then regenerates this this visualization. So we will get around to that in the next video. We will also try to pipe in more YouTube data into our database and get a handle on that. So stick around. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Let me know your thoughts and comments, and I will catch you in the next video.